Hey guys, this is Hawk. Welcome to the stream. Tara, resub for 23 months. Tara, jeez. You've been here a long time, haven't you? You and Ann are chatting it back and forth in the chat, in Twitch chat right now. I didn't even get to post anything in Twitch chat. I'm trying to get myself moving. It's early here in the morning, but I had some availability this morning that I don't normally have on Friday mornings, because I have to wait at my house for a mattress delivery. So there's that. Anyway, so how's everybody doing this Friday morning? I know Anne was super disappointed she missed the last stream. So Anne is here this time. I have some ideas. I was listening through. First of all, I turned the game volume up a little bit. As I was listening back, I had turned it down, I think, at the beginning, but it was, I think in the game it was like raining and it was absurdly loud. And I think it was just kind of the game mechanics. So let me know if the volume is, if the volume ever gets loud. Just give me a ping in chat or anything like that, because it looks like it's plenty fine right now. I was having some problems when I was listening back to the stream, hearing some of the vocals from some of the characters. All right, so I think we're missing some obvious things here. It was something that kind of dawned on me. We have nothing in timeline 7 right now, and I think the most obvious thing right here is that in this one, Damien takes Eve into Eddie's room. And we know that she, later on, then Tony comes in, and she's supposed to have been sleeping. So presumably she is alone at the time. I guess I should back up. For anybody that was not here for this stream, let's talk about the game. So the game is actually, it's very unique. It's, well, at least for me, I've never seen anything like it. But I always forget you can't escape to backup. This is a machine. We're in a house called the Galley House, and supposedly this machine is allowing us to see kind of echoes of the past, I believe is how it phrases it. And basically, we're like the crime that we're witnessing, it occurred in 1936, and I guess we're in like 2011 or something like that. That was what I was told, is that our access card. It says it, oh yeah, issued 27th of February, 2011. So anyways, but just to kind of give everybody like a little bit, here's your notes on kind of what's going on. We've got a whole timeline of events here. We've also got a whole list of people, which something also triggered in my brain at some point. We're able to go in here and we're able to rename these people and give them little like cards to like show, like select avatars and stuff like that. There's only 11 of them. But at one point when I was listening back, it said at some point we will be able to, yes, we'll be able to add people manually. So I'm wondering if there's going to be more than 11 people, but that's interesting here. So this of course is John. He's currently our main protagonist. This is Annie. This is Oswald. Tony. This is Martha Galley. This is Eddie Galley. This is Victoria Dower, Damien Maseko, Helen Dower, Miss Eve Dower, and Butler Harry Thornton. And the whole concept is they give us clues, and we've got to figure out who these people are, which is why some of them don't have avatars, which is why some of them only have like first names, like Annie. Is because we're filling this in as we figure it out. And also locations here, these are the ones that we've manually added. As we add them, it adds little chunks of the house here so that we know kind of where things are. So I can't really explain a whole lot of stuff further than that, like timelines and stuff like that, just because I think it would probably take too long. There's like a lot of stuff. We've got like 7 timelines open right now, and there's been a lot of events happening, quite a few of them. Like here, timeline 3, we've officially determined where everybody was during timeline 3. All right, so, but like I said, this is one of the ones that I think is probably the most obvious right now, is I believe that currently Eve. So we're looking for timeline 7. She's supposedly in Eddie's room in timeline 7. I'm just not sure if anybody else would have walked in at the time, because we do know that after, like, here's a timeline that only has one person. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to try in Eddie's room in timeline 7. We're going to turn everybody else off, but we're going to try to look into what is going on with Eve in timeline 7 and see if this is correct. If it's correct, we'll get a memory. Otherwise, the machine will kind of short out and basically we'll get some sort of I don't know if we actually get an error. Nope. She just snoring away. I wasn't sure if we would get any sort of like her mumbling in her sleep or something. Obviously this is not. Oh, the snoring stops. Some time passes.
Come in.
Okay. And that, of course, is when we know that Tony shows up. And that's what we knew about Timeline 8, is that Tony and Eve. So now we do have, now you can see, status unknown during this timeline. Eve is now grayed out because we do know where she is. She now has a timeline. So this is kind of how this game works, is us just trying to figure out the mystery by solving timelines based on clues. And that was kind of a clue, is that she said, come in. And if you would have gone back to timeline 6, she asks at some point, she asks, I'll tell your brother you're here, but blah, blah, blah. It's sort of like, we figured it out based on that. All right, and then these little numbers here, there are more scenes to discover using information within this scene. Re-examine it to find new connections. All right, so if we would look in here and we see Eve and Tony. Let's see here. Wait, who's Annie? She went to your school. So what happened here with Annie? All right. So one thing I did notice here, okay, so first of all, there's another thing that I think is weird, is that we are in a location called Galley House, and so far what has happened is there is an individual by the name of Rupert Galley who is dead. However, nobody else seems to know who Rupert Galley is, and there's galleys that live here. So like some of our people, they are actually like, this is right here. This is Martha Galley. This is Eddie Galley. And Eddie, in one of our very first scenes, said he's lived in this place for years and he does not know anybody by that name, which leads me to believe that Rupert was going by a different identity. So that'll be an interesting thing to figure out. So just kind of something else I kind of wanted to point out. All right. We were in here and they're talking about something strange is going on. Did someone die? Were you involved? So she already knew someone died because she overheard it, but like, how does Tony know about it? Do we remember, like, so, and Tony also has something. I need you to hold on to something for me. Don't tell anybody else about it. That's a part of me is wondering if like he's swiped some sort of, I mean, obviously he swipes her. Where did you get it? It looks really valuable, Tony. I'll explain the rest later. It's just a stranger turned up earlier. And I think he's looking for this. So just hide it, would you? So this is not Oswald, because Oswald's looking for the chapel key, which of course the butler has. All right, just take it, Eve. He's currently talking to Eddie in the kitchen. So somebody's talking to Eddie in the kitchen. Oh, she says, you mean Oswald. So maybe potentially in timeline 9, we put Eddie and Oswald in the kitchen. How about we do that? Sound good, folks? So in the kitchen, timeline 9, Eddie was 6, I believe, and Oswald is 3. Let's turn off Eve. Yes, Eve was the only one in that last one. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, then perhaps somebody else was in that timeline. All right. You mean Oswald? Oh, no, this is someone else. I should have kept going. Okay, so Eddie and John. But I think Oswald's up to something. He and Annie were talking in the attic while the rest of us had gathered in the living room. And now Annie's trying to, I'll explain it later. We already uncovered that scene where Oswald and Annie were talking in the attic, but apparently John and Eddie are in the kitchen. All right, let's go try this again, but instead of Oswald, we'll put in John and Eddie in the kitchen in timeline 9. Or no, wait, that would have been in timeline 8. Okay, yes, one more thing. So we're in timeline 8, and he says that right now they're talking in the kitchen. So my apologies, I got that wrong. There we go.
Oh, bloody hell. What a mess.
I should warn you, I'm not great with these sorts of things.
It helped me move it outside.
Do you know who he was?
He had the key to the pantry on him, so I'd imagine he's the one that cooked us our dinner.
Wait, what?
You're not familiar with your own stuff?
It's never really concerned me. I think Martha deals with those sorts of things.
Is Thornton dead?
You mean your mum?
Listen to me. You're going to explain what you're doing here, who this Rupert Galley is, and why we've just found a second body.
I swear.
Oh my God, Thornton's dead.
As far as I know, I've been invited here for some unknown reason by a man that died before I could ask him why.
How did you know Rupert Galley? Why was he here?
I have no idea. I don't know who he was.
Then how did you recognize him?
I knew it was him.
I don't know what game you're playing, but if this involves any one of my guests here tonight, then you need to tell me. One member of staff has already been caught up in it.
You don't suppose the deaths were related? I thought maybe the thunder gave them a fright.
Do you take me as a fool? 2 strangers in my house, and one of them dies. I can tell something's going on here. I just need your assurance that it won't affect anyone else.
How could I have something to do with this? I was there at the dining room table with everyone else. If someone is behind this, then it's someone already in the house. If they brought me here for a reason, then I could be in danger.
Lower your voice, would you? There were 2 people missing from dinner. One of them, well, she's out of the picture. But the other one, Oswald, I'll admit, I don't know much about him.
Who is he?
Well, I don't know who my father is. I've never really spoken to Mum about it or given it much thought. But Oswald has always been there in the background as my uncle. Not that he's been to this house for a very long time.
Well, then perhaps he knows something about Rupert Galley. That's the best lead we have at the moment. Do you know where I could find him?
I imagine he's waited for us all to leave before he eats. I'm sure you could go and talk to him now.
Thank you. Don't you want to talk to him too?
No. I have something else to take care of. Ow, ow! Bloody hell!
Wow, did you guys pick up on all the clues in that one? Cheapers, there's a bunch. All right, let's double check here. So, first of all, I'm assuming we have a new location. Did somebody pick up on it? Where does it say it? He had the key to the pantry on him, so I imagine he's the one that cooked us our dinner. I'm assuming like pantries weren't small things back in these days, so let's add this in. Okay, just kidding. Then maybe the pantry's just considered as part of the kitchen, which, by the way, the kitchen's underground, so that's a thing. However, we do have a couple things. So we know that probably after this, John is going to talk to Oswald, and I assume Oswald's going to be eating in the dining room. And he also gave us a whole lot of information about there was a ton of people together. So Oswald, and this is either going to be, I would assume, okay, so we're in timeline 8. There were 2 people missing from dinner. The other one had to have been Eve, because Eve was been sleeping for like the last 2 timelines. Because John is in the dining room here. And then John goes to the study. So this must be when they eat. And this is going to be everybody but Eve and apparently Oswald. So do we want to see this one? This one might be a good one. All right, here. Timeline 7. Yes, timeline 7. Good thing you have notes, that's for sure. All right, we're going to timeline 7 in the dining room. Everybody but Eve and Oswald. Wait, even Annie comes down? I'm assuming this includes Thornton? I'm going to exclude Thornton because of course, he's staff, and they may not, when they say everybody was there, he wouldn't have been dining with him. I just would have assumed he would have been delivering the meal, but there we go.
Please come in and take a seat. Dinner will be up in a moment.
Does it matter where we sit?
It wasn't him that you saw, was it?
Oh, no. Well, I didn't catch a good look.
Ah, the food arrives on the dumbwaiter, that's why.
Damien, you wouldn't help me with the dishes from the dumbwaiter, would you?
Still no sign of my daughter.
I believe she's asleep, Mrs. Dower. Be careful, it's
You'll
hot.
have to remind me of your name, I'm afraid.
John Hobbs. I hope you don't mind me eating with you. Very much
Eddie,
appreciate it.
I told Mr. Hobbs he could eat with us.
And sorry about earlier. Everything all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's up with you two?
Could you pass me the wine, please, Eddie?
Of course. How are you liking the house, Mrs. Dower? I hope this evening hasn't been too chaotic for you.
You know very well how my evening's been, Eddie. But I hope we can put all this chaos behind
I
us.
wouldn't be so sure about that.
I beg your pardon? I don't seem to understand why you're joining us this evening.
Well, to tell you the truth, there's been an interesting development.
Mr. Hobbs, let's keep the discussion at the dinner table civil, shall we?
I'm interested in what the gentleman has to say.
Oh, it's, nothing, really. Would you be so kind as to pass me the red wine?
I don't want to be the one to have to announce the news, but I think it needs saying. Someone was found to have passed away peacefully in the study area.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
You buffoon! You've splashed some on me!
But did you say someone died?
Yes, but it's no one that any of you would know, and it's being dealt with discreetly.
Well, not anymore, it isn't.
Mum, who was it?
Oh my god. I think I saw him earlier.
Wait, it can't be Oswald. I saw him a moment ago.
It wasn't Oswald. Whoever this man was, I didn't recognize him.
Gosh, that's awful.
Why didn't you say?
Someone in the house is found dead. Shortly after a complete stranger turns up at the door.
I can assure you, Helen, I've been with John since he arrived, and he has nothing to do with this. And I'd prefer it if you didn't attempt to implicate our guests.
Wait, how did he get in? I don't understand what he was doing here.
I happen to have discovered that the man we found dead and the man that invited me here are one and the same, a Mr. Rupert Galley. Now that's as much as
Who the hell is Rupert Galley?
Oh, plates that crash floor
I'll
in the
go have a
distance.
look.
well, as I was saying...
Come with me. We need to have a talk.
Oh,
Tony?
I need to go and get something.
Oh, your sister asked for you. She's in Eddie's room.
Tony, please.
Annie, it's fine. It's under control.
I really ought to go and find Oswald. His dinner is going cold. But please, enjoy the rest of your meals, everyone. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Annie, what's going on?
it's kind of interesting to me that some of the people, did you notice that when we were doing the scenes, they have their entire silhouette is changed to the avatar, but some of them it's a little bubble floating over their avatar. I'm not sure why that is. But whatever the case may be, we've got, again, a number of connections off of some of these things again. We picked up a couple there. We already knew about one anyway. I believe probably in this timeline, Oswald is eating dinner. And we also found out, I believe it was Martha that actually went to fetch him to tell him his dinner was getting cold. So if we would put in timeline 8 in the dining room Oswald and Martha, we might get another one. Dining room timeline 8 Oswald. Oops, nope, not you. Martha. Wait, Martha, where are you? You're 5. Let's try this. Uh-oh. I was wrong. All right. That's okay. We've got 1 billion more to go. They even said in here that he would be, That's interesting. It's never really concerned me. I think Martha deals with those sorts of things. You mean your mum? He didn't call her his mom, though. He called her Martha. So maybe Martha is not his mom. Martha is the one, she said she married into the galleys, but... Hang on a second here. I'm just looking for the section with here Oswald. There were 2 people missing from dinner. One of them, well, she's out of the picture, but the other one, Oswald, I'll admit I don't know much about him. Oh, you know what? John is supposed to be going to talk to him. But that would have been in timeline 9, because we're in timeline 8 right now. Let's try that one anyway. Let's put John and Oswald in the dining room in timeline 9. Like, notice he's got a full silhouette, and he's just got a bubble.
By the name of Oswald?
I am sorry, but I've had rather enough disturbance already this evening. I'd prefer to be left to eat my meal in peace.
Of course. Oh, well, actually, I found this key earlier.
Ah, the key to the chapel. That's very kind of you. What was it you wanted to ask?
I don't suppose you've heard of a Rupert Galley?
Rupert? Well, it's a popular name in my family. I had a great-uncle called Rupert, although I never met him.
I suppose he would have passed away many years ago by now.
Certainly. He was well before my time. Although this house has been known to still hold the memories of people from the past. Why do you ask?
Are you aware? There's been 2 deaths here this evening. One of them was a man called Rupert Galley. Or so I believe.
Well, that certainly is interesting. Could you show me to the body?
I went back there earlier, in fact, and it had been moved.
And the other one?
We found him downstairs just a moment ago. I think he was the butler, although Eddie didn't seem to recognise him.
We used to have a butler many years ago called George Thornton. Does that name mean anything to you?
No, I just arrived earlier. I'm not connected to this house.
If you're here, then it's by no accident. Everything happens for a reason. You may be tied to this house in a way that you don't yet realize.
If you don't mind, I was hoping you might be able to explain why you yourself are here.
I was invited, although it doesn't seem like I'm very welcome. Hark! The heavens are alive!
That reminds me, you were the only one not there when the rest of us were having dinner, weren't you?
I was visiting the room that used to be the library, although it now seems to have been hastily turned into a bedroom of sorts. The floor was slightly sticky, and I found a note there about a performance of Dvorak's Humoresque, although I'd never heard of the pianist.
I see. I just have the feeling that someone in this house is hiding something. 2 deaths can't just be a coincidence.
I happen to know something important. You'll want to go and have a look in Tony's room. Ask him to show you what's in his bedside drawer. I think you'll find it rather condemning.
Thank you. And sorry for interrupting your meal.
This conversation has been more informative for me than it has for you, I'm sure.
Okay, there was a lot of stuff going on in there again. All right. We got another location. This time I'm certain of it. Did we get 2? Maybe only 1. I was trying to remember for sure. All right, so the new location is the library. Let's go ahead and add our location here. Oh, wait. What is this? That's the living room. What would the library be if it's not LI? I just whacked my microphone. Sorry, people. LB? Oh, we also got, that's right, there was another location. We got Tony's room. And so Eddie's room was called ED. Let's call Tony's room TO. Let's try to add that location. See, otherwise, I don't know how we do... Okay, there's Tony's room. Filled it in. And then we have... LY? Should we try that? Okay, I don't know how we get the library. It has the same code as the living room otherwise. It's... So far, it has always been the first 2 letters of everything. So this is going to be a first deviance from that. There was also a bunch of things that happened there in that specific... Yeah, there's a couple things off of here. So obviously this used to be... Let's bookmark this, because he was actually... While everyone was having dinner, he was in there. So, like, this is where Oswald will be... Where is the dinner timeline? All right, here's the dinner timeline. Let's go ahead and put a note here. This is when everyone is eating. Where's the little... I saw there was... Yep, here we go. We've now got dinner here. All right, and then... Actually, this also has... Gosh, this has 3 things off of it. Some people leave. I think this is probably where this is. Martha and Oswald. Tony is on his way out, but we know where Tony goes. He goes to find Eve. That's in timeline 8. This is right now in timeline 7. Eve is sleeping. Timeline 8 is where Tony and Eve have a conversation in Eddie's room. Tony needs to go and get something. All right, here we go. John and... That's right, no, John and Eddie, we know where they are. So right now in this one, in timeline 8's where they find Thornton. It's right here. So that's not a thing either. Oh, goodness. Yes. All right. So this entire timeline, the only person we don't know is Oswald, and we know he's in the library. Does anybody have any suggestions for library? We haven't tried LR, because I tried LB. I already tried LB. It didn't work. BO for book? I don't think that makes any sense at all. All right, well, I guess we're not going to get that part of the timeline yet. I don't know what else to check. We tried LY as well, Anne. And then I tried LR just because it was the thing after the LB, or after the B, but if LB doesn't work, I don't know why LR would work. We also still have something off of here. This was the one we listened to last time, right before we ended. Eddie said I could stay up here. I hope that's all right. Let's see. What is triggering here that would have... I swear it wasn't me, it was Tony. I told him not to. My dear, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're referring to. Sorry, I'm Annie. Eddie said I could stay up here. I hope that's all right with you. I suppose. You remind me of her in a way. Right, I'm so sorry. Can I help you with something? Not at all, my dear. It's been a while since I last came up here, and I wanted to have a look. It must be unpleasant. A little, yes. I can find somewhere else to sleep if you prefer. No, it's quite all right. It's nice to revisit old memories, isn't it? I think I'll leave you. Well, okay. No, this is one I'm sorry. This is one I was thinking about. Annie's up in the attic. So let's put her in attic in timeline 2. Maybe this is... But I don't know if she's up there. But she may not. She and Tony... She's somewhere with Tony. Annie and Tony are together. Hang on, let's look at this thing again. Timeline... Both of them are available in Timeline 1, and they're both available in Timeline 2. Oh, you know what? I had tried something here before. Everybody gets together in the living room except for like a couple of people. And I had tried putting everybody in the living room before that. I guess we just don't know where they are. She tells him not to do something. Let's bookmark it because I don't... Where did it even go? I told Tony not to. Here. Oh, geez, right there. Right there at the very top. We just don't know where they go. Let's take a look at this one again. In the study, John and Butler Harry Thornton, who's now dead, which I think is probably what happens when everybody's in the dining room and all the plates drop. I'm assuming... Do we just try to put... In Timeline 7, do we just try to put... Well, that's interesting. Oswald's also... No, we know Oswald's supposed to be in the library at this time. So he says. We're going to try putting Thornton in the kitchen by himself in Timeline... What did I say? Timeline 7? Yes, Timeline 7, because this is presumably where he dies. All right. 7, kitchen, Thornton. Guys, we're about to witness a murder. Hang on to your hats. Okay, we did not witness a murder. I'm real confused. All right. Let's take a look. One of the things we haven't looked at for a little while. We have the ability, as I mentioned, to add the avatars. Do we have the ability to add Thornton? What We don't know how he died, I guess is half the thing. This is probably him, right? When they say, what does that term actually mean? Is it livery or livery? I don't actually even know how it's pronounced. Hang on a second. We're gonna look this up. And also we're gonna have Google pronounce it for us.
Livery.
Livery. Special uniform worn by a servant or official. Okay, for some reason I always included that as I thought it was something related to stable hands. It's clearly not. For some reason I always associate it with horses and stables, is whatever that was, but clearly this has to be Thornton. Okay, and then we've got Eve, Damien, Victoria. All right, this is Eddie Galley. Oh, it shows us which ones are used. I didn't even notice that before. All right, high blood alcohol level, ring found in pocket holding. This is probably Eddie because of the ring, I would imagine. But also, it may not be. I don't know. Martha Galley. We don't have a lot of information on Martha. We've got Martha in 3, 4, 5, and 7. We don't really know where she went after that. We don't know much about Annie. Helen has 2 daughters. I think we found somebody that probably fit that description. Mentions only child was a daughter, so it's not you because you've got 2 girls. Was it this one? Wheelchair user found near a broken teacup. Photo nearby shows 2 young girls. I'm wondering if John there was a couple things. Okay, one more thing here. Because I was starting to pin some things together. We picked up in the very beginning. Do we even have access to it anymore? Oh, this. Hang on. John Hobbs, obviously, blah, blah, blah. Details of their accounts include burnt photographs in a fireplace, a broken doll, and shattered stained glass windows. I thought it said something about a broken cup or something like that, but maybe not. We know the doll was broken because Eve threw it at Eddie at the beginning, so we knew about that. But going back to our people here, I think this is probably Martha because... But I'm also a little hesitant to actually put her in there yet. And some of these, obviously, they're not going to be used because the machine said it mixed up photos from an inheritance debacle at the same time. So we have more pictures than we have people because supposedly the machine got confused here. So we have Eddie, we have Martha, we have Annie. We don't have a whole lot of information about Annie yet either. All right. That's all I'm really comfortable filling in right now. So now we know what Butler Harry Thornton looks like. All right, so let's hop back in here. We apparently have, after the dining room thing, we've got at least 3 more things here. All right. Let's scroll down. I didn't bookmark anything here. It wasn't him you saw, was it? Oh, no, well, I didn't catch a good look. Where was Helen during some of this stuff? We don't have a lot of information on Helen at all. I think we've got her in like 3 scenes and that's it. Helen. Helen, which one are you? Yeah, we know where you are in the living room, the billiard room, and the dining room. And this is where you didn't... She yelled at Eddie about the whole thing with Eve. Let's hop back into here. So, I mean, that's sort of something to remember because obviously she and Annie were somewhere together. No sign of my daughter. I believe she's asleep. You'll have to remind me of your name, blah, blah, blah. I jumped a little bit there, I think. I'm sorry about earlier, and sorry about earlier. Everything all right? I don't know what you're talking about. What's up with you two? Could you pass me the wine, please, Eddie? I wouldn't be so sure about that, blah, blah, blah. This is where he tells him about the death. I saw Oswald a moment ago. Where did Tony see Oswald? I don't want to click back to this timeline, but Tony sees Oswald somewhere. But in timeline 6, or no, timeline 7, Oswald's in the library. We've determined that. All right. I've been with John since he arrived, and he has nothing to do with this. We're in timeline 7 by now, and Martha says she's been with John the entire time. That is not 100% true, but let's take a look back through and see where John is. So we know John is in Quail Lane at this point, and then John is in the entryway, and then he goes into the study, or sorry, the living room with everybody else, and then he goes and he finds the body, and he is with Martha during that one, and then she sends him to go get Thornton, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that's already happened. That's right, she takes him into the dining room to talk to him to find out what's going on. And then she finds him to go get Thornton. All right, and then... So it's not 100% true, but at the same time, we don't really have any more information. Let's keep going here. Maybe this is something that as we're going along... So I noticed before that if you open up the notebook, you get the whole conversation string as the conversation's going. Maybe I have the ability to bookmark things as they're occurring, and then I wouldn't lose track of them. I need to go get something. It's this thing. Like, it's... Martha goes to find... She goes to find Oswald, but we tried to... Oh, no, we didn't try because we don't know where he is. We don't know where... Maybe he's still in the library at that point. I mean, he said he was in the library here. She goes to find him to tell him his dinner's cold. But we still don't have library. Guys, is there any other word for library that, like in fancy British terminology, like alternate names for library? Like, I feel like... Wait, do you suppose that's the study? Should we try putting him, well, in the study? I don't remember. Did the study have books in it? That in timeline 7 is what we're looking for. Well, if you don't know, Tara, then I don't know who else is gonna know. Oh, I put the wrong person. I'm putting Annie in the study. Oswald is clearly number 3. That is his big mustache. It's the study. Goodness gracious. Let's check this out. Oh, I do. Look at that. We'll be able to pin these things as we're going. That's going to be so helpful. Oh, he's hanging out where the dead body was, by the way.
Good heavens.
Wait, he left. So we can't try him and Martha in the study because he left. That's what the sizzling was at the end. He leaves. So wherever Martha ended up finding him, it's not there. It still says that there's 3 connections off of here. Okay, well. What's off of 9? I don't even remember anymore. I went back there earlier. In fact, it had been removed. He knew about that, I thought, because he walked back in and it was Thornton that was removing the body. So... I was yeah, that's right. This one, the connection is I was visiting the room. No, that one's still there. Like, we now know about them. I was visiting the room that used to be the library, and that now it seems to have hastily been turned into a bedroom. Okay, yeah, we got that one. So if that was a connection, it's now... You'll want to go have a look in Tony's room. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we send John to Tony's room? All right, in timeline 10. Let's try that. I'd forgotten about that. Tony's room in timeline 10. I don't know if he's there by himself or if he gets encountered by Tony. Let's try putting Tony in there with him. Uh-oh. First time in Tony's room. We found the connection out of timeline 9.
Hello. I don't think we've properly met.
You're here. Please, come on in. I want to talk to you.
Great. That makes two of us. As in, I also want to talk to you.
Where's the pocket watch?
I haven't seen a pocket watch. I don't think I have. Is one missing?
I don't have it, and neither does my mum. So if you're looking for it, don't bother asking me.
I'm not looking for it.
You must have come to this house looking for something. I don't believe for a second that you'd come all this way for no reason.
I received an invitation from Rupert Galley.
Did you really? The only place I've seen that name before is on a box that contained a pocket watch. And now, that watch is missing.
I see. So, how do I fit into this?
You stole the watch.
Why would he invite me here to steal his watch?
I was assuming that Rupert Galley either wasn't real or was some deceased relative. And that perhaps you had forged the invitation yourself to have an excuse to steal his things. You tell me.
Now, see here. I understand that you're suspicious of me, given that I don't exactly fit in here. But I'm going to find a way to prove I'm innocent. I'm as confused as you are as to what's happening here. And it will be far easier if we work together on this.
I'm not confused. I know you're trying to hoodwink the owners of this house. But I don't care. As long as you leave me out of it.
I see.
Hey! Stop!
Aha! What's that?
It's just a service revolver. How did you know that was there?
And just a second ago, you were trying to put the blame on me.
Don't touch it! I'm not trying to blame you. I told you, I don't care what it is you're up to. I'm just minding my own business and looking out for myself.
2 people have died here this evening, and you've been keeping a gun in your drawer.
2? Wait, was someone shot?
No, I didn't say that, but it's suspicious all the same.
Oh, give up. I clearly don't have anything to do with it. I hardly know anyone else here.
Well, neither do I.
Oh, great! Then we're both in the same boat. Now, please, get out of my room.
Oh,
Piano starts to play.
the piano.
What?
I noticed it earlier, but I didn't think... I need to go and see.
Tony stays in his room. All right. Do we have... I think... Didn't we try before? We tried PI for a piano room, did we not? Yeah, I think we probably tried that once upon a time. Was there a piano in the living room? Oh, hey, look, there's a piano in the living room. All right, so John's going to check the piano in the living room, but we don't know who's playing it. So we don't know who to put in there with him. So this is going to be, this timeline is going to be piano. Somewhere in 11. We just don't have it unlocked yet. So let's go ahead and... the piano. Why is he intrigued by the piano is, I guess, the next problem. So we know what that one is. We've gotten all of the connections out of 9 figured out. We still have all of these connections, and I feel like this one is a big one. I just don't know where to put them. It's Annie and Tony somewhere. Do we put Annie and Tony in Tony's room now that we've unlocked it? Let's try that. Let's try Tony's room in timeline 2. Let me just make sure. We don't know. Yeah, Annie and Tony are available in both 1 and 2. Let's try to put them, I guess, in Annie and Tony in timeline 2 in Tony's room. We could also try them in the attic because that's where she was in timeline 3. There we go.
Oh, I didn't wake you up, did I?
No. Who are you?
It is you, isn't it? What's your name again? God, I swear I recognise you.
I used to live nearby years ago, but I haven't been back in ages. I'm only here to visit my sister for a bit.
Her sister?
I'm sorry, who are you?
You're Annie Beaumont. I remember. You got caught
Hang on here. Annie Beaumont. And she has a sister. I am very confused. All right. His name is Harry Thornton. This is Helen Dower. Oh, no. Ms. Dower is Eve. I wasn't keeping up on this. So, Annie has a sister. Victoria and Eve are sisters. So how does that work? Like, she says she's there to, unless like one of them's a half sister. Maybe that's how some of this happens. Maybe like Martha or maybe Helen is mom to like Victoria, but Annie is like an illegitimate daughter to somebody else, but happens to be, I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep going. Annie Beaumont, we've already marked that down.
From the newsagents one time, and you weren't allowed back in. I knew I recognised you.
At least you remember me for the right reasons. Hey, what are you doing? Don't pull that.
Is it even connected to something? Doesn't do anything.
I mean it, don't do that. They'll come up here and tell me off.
This room is uncanny. How old is the doll's house?
Well, they weren't expecting me to turn up, and this was the only bed they had left. Feels like no one's been in here for a long time.
You know what happened to the girl that used to live here?
No. Oswald, in some way.
My sister told me. She slowly went mad. There were plenty of other bedrooms, but she always chose to sleep up here. And then one day...
Hey, don't drop that! I'm not joking, stop messing about!
Oops. Too late.
Are you blind? There's someone down there, you idiot! You almost hit them! Oh, bloody hell!
Sorry, Anne. I'm Tony, by the way, if you don't remember me. Are you coming to the living room?
I hardly know anyone else here. Just leave me alone.
All right, Anne. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Okay, well, that is interesting in a way that is like when Anne told him not to. Let's go ahead and tag her now. She is Anne Beaumont. All right, we got that. We still don't necessarily have an avatar for her, like not 100%. So when we were looking at some of this stuff, and she said that she told him not to. Wrong timeline. Here. I swear it wasn't me, it was Tony. I told him not to. I thought there was something kind of more sinister going along, but she just met Tony in that scene, and it was just him like goofing off with some of the stuff that was in the room, and she's trying to apologize for it. Yes. Anyways, let's go ahead. There's also something I wanted to update here. Eddie's full name is Edmund, just so that we remember that. Eddie Edmund Galley. All right. Now, timeline. All right. She had said early on that Eddie told her she could stay here. Let's try to see. I don't know if this is a good one or not. Well, let's try to put... Oh, no, we know where Eddie is. So this must have just been something that happened before all of our timelines started. All right. I don't know. I don't know what else we were supposed to kind of take a look at here. He asked if she's going to the living room, and we know everybody's in the living room, but she's not. Let's see. I didn't wake you up, did I? Let's just put her by herself in timeline 1 in the attic and see what happens. Annie by yourself in the attic in timeline 1. Unrelated pants. Hello, hello. Welcome back. So that was the key there, is that she's by herself. Looks like you missed a little bit. Yeah, we've been streaming for, it's been about an hour. So we got some things unlocked. We're doing okay here as far as... We still don't know where a lot of these people were in timeline 1. We don't know where a couple of them are in timeline 2. We know where everybody is in timeline 3. Can I mark... Let's... Done. Timeline 3 is done. We don't know where Annie, Tony, and Victoria are in timeline 3. All right, let's keep going off of the... We know... Okay, we know what this connection is that John's going to the piano room, which we've learned is the living room. But I don't know who's playing the piano. So we're going to have to figure that out. However, let's take a look back here at this specific conversation. So this is an important one. Martha, she goes to find Oswald. We just don't know where. Because we found Oswald in this timeline. He is in this study, but he leaves the study at the end of that. So we need to, it's timeline 8. We need to find Martha and Oswald I just don't know where. This one we already found, so I don't think that that is a connection. Tony leaves to go get something, but we know in timeline 8 is where he's with Eve in Eddie's room. John and Eddie leave, but we know where they are in the next timeline because this is timeline 8 is where they find Thornton dead. I'm not sure what, like, I guess I'm just trying to figure out. Do we know where John is? And we do. Like, this whole thing is a little bit cryptic to me as far as... Annie, oh, Annie, what's going on? Maybe this is one of them, because who's still left? Who's still left at the end of this? Victoria and Annie are still there in the dining room. And she wants to have a continued conversation, apparently. So Annie and Victoria, but there was more people left. Hang on, let's see who leaves throughout this conversation. So all of these people are there. Da-da-da. I'm looking for these little sound wave things because that's when people leave. Glass is knocked over. Plates crash to the floor in the distance. Eddie and John leave. Tony leaves. Martha leaves. Eddie, John, Tony, and Martha leave out of all of these people. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, let's put some people in the dining room in timeline 8 to carry on conversation. Timeline 8. John left. Annie and Victoria are still there, but I've already forgotten who else. Oswald's not there. Tony's not there. Martha's not there. Eddie's still there. Victoria's still there. Did Damien leave? Eve's not there. I feel like Damien's still there. Let's try these. If not, we'll reconsult the note. All right, we'll reconsult the note. Martha, Tony... Oh, Eddie and John. Martha, Tony, Eddie, and John. So Eddie's not here. So Martha is not here, Tony's not here, Eddie's not here, and John is not here. Let's try these 4 people. There we go. We got one.
Nothing, I swear. I just heard that name before.
I appreciate the honesty earlier. Too many people nowadays seem to favor politeness over giving a straight answer.
That's quite all right, Mrs. Dower.
Do you know anything about what happened?
She saw someone steal something from my bedroom. Isn't that right, dear?
Her bedroom?
Yes. I
Let's bookmark that.
don't know who it was.
What's been stolen?
A pocket watch of mine. I hadn't even had it long.
I'm so sorry if I've accidentally let a thief into the house. Oh, gosh. You don't think this is related to...
I checked the dead man myself. There's no reason to think his death was suspicious. I'm sure there's a simple explanation behind why he was here.
I have an idea about the pocket watch, by the way.
Keep an eye out for my watch. It would mean a lot to me if you could return.
I think the two of us would rather stay out of all this trouble.
Of course, Mrs. Dower. I think I might know who to talk to. Annie, would you like to have a word with me in Vic's room?
Sweetheart?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down. Now we got Vic's room, and Annie and Damien are going to Vic's room to talk. But I have an idea about that.
You know, it's not her fault.
Vic, it's fine. I'll go and talk to Damien. It's not like I've done anything.
Oops, I muted myself there. I am still convinced, the way that they're talking with familiarity, I'm convinced that Annie and I'm sorry, Annie's this one. Annie's 2. Annie and Victoria are siblings. This number 9, is this Helen? I don't have a picture for Helen yet. This has to be Victoria. So I'm convinced these 2 are sisters. When she said she needed to see her sister.
You two be nice to each other, then. I'll go and check that everything's all right upstairs.
Vic, if there's something going on.
Wait, why all of a sudden did she become not a bubble? And now she's a full person. Like, why is her full person here? Okay, whatever.
Sweetheart, I won't be gone long. If I need you, I'll go and...
Ah, we know who's playing the piano.
And play the piano in the living room. How does that sound?
I'll listen out for it. I'll come and find you if I hear it. Annie, come with me.
Oh, we got some information here. Bubble to full person is because she stood up. They didn't have the art budget to have sitting versions of everyone. Oh, wow. It'd be amusing if we went meta and the watch was the one from Return of the Obra Dinn, watching seances of seances. Nice. Okay, well, we now know who's here. However, I have an idea. Hear me out. In the avatars, we have this guy. Burn mark on right hand, high blood alcohol level, ring found in pocket. Oh, it was a bracelet. I thought it was a pocket watch. Oh. And the key to a piano. Wearing a wedding ring. Okay. I still think this is probably Helen, but I'm still not willing to commit. All right, but what we did get there, as we hop over to here, let's get out of our people. The things that we're in timeline 8 at this point. What did I bookmark here? I saw someone steal something from my bedroom. I was going to put Annie and, so now we've got Helen's bedroom and we have Vic's bedroom. We need to add those 2 locations. Oh, and I whacked my mic again. It's a little lower than it normally is. Give me a second. I'm going to mute myself. I think the bolt on it needs to be tightened. All right, that's Helen's, and we have Victoria's bedroom. Okay, we got it there. We don't have too much space left. I wonder if this continues to get added. I don't know. But anyways, all right. Oh, speaking of which, just out of like random curiosity, Martha lives there. Does she have a bedroom? Yep, sure does. We found out a big chunk of the place. All right, that was just me speculating. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the timeline here. And now we know that Damien and Annie are going to speak in Victoria's bedroom, I believe. And like I said, I was going to put Eddie and Annie on one part of the timeline in Helen's bedroom. But let's skip that one for now, potentially otherwise. Annie, would you like to... Okay, so we're in timeline 8. Let's go to 9 and put Damien and Annie in Victoria's bedroom. I need Damien and I need Annie. So everybody else get turned off. There we go. There we go. Let's check this out.
Annie, this doesn't need to be a long discussion. Just tell me where you put the pocket watch.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is that all you wanted to ask me?
I'm not blaming you for anything. Just tell me where it is.
What would you blame me for? I haven't even done anything.
I'm not stupid, Annie. Please don't make a fuss out of this.
Oh, you're not stupid? Then explain to me why you've got it into your head that I'm the one stealing things. I haven't even been near Helen's room.
I never said you stole it, but Helen said that you know who did. I also saw you and Tony talking secretively over dinner, and Tony said that he was going to get something. There's no point lying to me, Annie.
He makes a valid
I
point.
didn't have anything to do with it.
I understand. Just give me something to go on.
You already know everything by the sounds of it. Tony's probably hidden it somewhere.
That's all I needed to hear. Look, I'm sorry that I'm sleeping with your sister, Annie.
Oh.
That doesn't mean we have to be enemies.
You two are lucky Martha didn't make you sleep in the attic.
I'm sure it's not that bad. Have you had a chance to meet the others yet?
I've spoken to Tony, and that almost landed me in trouble. And I came down to the living room just before dinner, but only Helen was there. I thought this...
Whoa. Hang on. Came down to the living room just before dinner, but only Helen was there. That's something that gives us a timeline that we need. And of course, we've now confirmed that even though Eve and Victoria are sisters, apparently also Annie and Victoria are sisters. But Annie is a Beaumont. We also don't know. It kind of seemed like at some point, like Eddie might have been together with Victoria, and now he's instead with Eve. So I had Victoria as listed as potentially a dower, but maybe she's, I don't even know. All right, let's keep going here.
place was going to be more lively, to be honest.
I'll admit, I can't say drinking sherry with two older women was how I expected my evening to go. But enough's been happening to keep me interested, at least.
Dead bodies aren't my idea of fun. That was dramatic.
You don't know anything about this Rupert Galley, do you? Not that I'd expect you to.
No, although I did see this one strange man walking about. He used to live here a long time ago, I think. I'll go and ask him.
Try and break the news to him gently.
She's going to talk to somebody that used to live here a long time ago. I wonder if that's Oswald.
If this is one of his relatives, then it could be quite upsetting.
Thanks for the advice, sweetheart. You're always looking out for me. Kiss, kiss.
Okay, so Damien didn't leave. At this point, let's go ahead and put, living room, timeline 10, John and Victoria. Because she's supposedly playing the piano. Maybe somebody else goes there with them. All right, but we have a bunch of stuff that we just found. Let's read it back. So, all right, we don't know where Tony is, right? But we do know where Annie is. How did she see him stealing a pocket watch if we know where she was all of the time? Or maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe we don't. I was thinking it was early, but here's a timeline they both live in. So what she said she didn't, she swear it wasn't me. We kind of figured out he was goofing around with stuff in her room. So maybe that was not that, but like, it could be 4, 5, or 6, it looks like. All right. Let's try it in each of the timelines. I'm just going to speculate on it. So it's Helen's room. I said 4, 5, or 6. Although, wait, we might be able to narrow it down further. Hang on. Well, there's one more thing that came up in that conversation in Victoria's room. She said she was with Helen right before dinner, right? I came down to the living room just before dinner, but only Helen was there. All right, so here's dinner. in 6, she's definitely with her. All right, so let's try 4 and 5 for that one. And then Annie and Tony. 4 and 5. And then we'll put her with Helen in the living room in 6. Okay, just kidding. That's fine. We'll put her with Helen. Helen, where are you? Where even are you, Helen? Living room is up here. That's in timeline 6.
Hello. Are you Tony's mum?
That's right, darling. Do come and join me. There's a bottle of sherry over there from earlier.
I don't drink. I just came to say, I think I know where your stolen pocket watch is.
Oh dear. Stolen? I shouldn't have brought it with me in the first place. I knew it would be trouble.
What do you mean?
I haven't had it for long. I'm not sure why I bought it, really. And now with strange men walking around the house. You know, I spoke to one funny gentleman in here just a moment ago that wanted to go and visit the chapel in the dead of night.
Oh, hang on. That's important. That means that she and Oswald were in the living room just before this.
Rather not attract the attention of men like that.
Tony said, he said there was a name on the box.
Oh? I don't seem to recall.
Oh, never mind.
My dear, you said you knew of the whereabouts of my watch.
Did I? I just meant I'd seen someone come out of your room holding it. I didn't see who it was.
Well, thank you for coming to tell me. Not even my own daughter seems to want to inform me of what's going on today. Really.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Shall we move through to the dining room? I think dinner should be ready soon.
Now you just put yourself back in that living room, Helen. We're about to find out what you and Oswald were doing in there. In timeline 5. What were you talking about, huh? Huh?
Excuse me? I don't think we've met.
No, I don't think we have.
Helen Dower. Pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry, is there something out there?
It's too dark to see it properly, but the chapel sits somewhere out there on the hill. I would have liked to have visited it, but perhaps I'll get the chance tomorrow.
I think you'd have to be quite mad to go out there in this weather.
Oh, forgive me, I am very distracted this evening. My name is Oswald Brian Arthur Galley. I used to live here a long time ago.
I'm just going to stick this out here. There's times where his voice... Have you guys ever played... Have you ever played Oblivion? His voice sounds like one of the people that gives quests in Oblivion. This is completely... Oswald Brian Arthur Galley, that's important. Matapod, welcome. Hi. I used to live here a long time ago. Okay, we were right about that.
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Oh, I see. I think Eve mentioned you. Could you remind me how you are related to the family?
Well, I am the last of my family, I'm afraid. I have no relation to our hosts other than through the house itself.
I'm sorry to hear that. Do you mind if I ask whether you're married?
Ooh, you flirting,
I've always
Helen.
preferred to live alone. But now that I think of it, it is perhaps a shame that the line of true Galleys won't continue. Do you have any children yourself?
Yes, 2 of them. They're somewhere around the house. Although I can...
Okay. Now I'm real confused. She says she only has 2 children. I assumed that Eve and Victoria were hers, but we know she just said Tony as her son. And we know Eve is her daughter because she yells at Eddie about her daughter. So Tony and Eve are siblings, but somehow Victoria and Eve are siblings, and Victoria and Annie are siblings. What is even happening here?
Never seem to hold on to them as much as I might like.
And is Mr. Dower here?
No. No, he's away. He's doing something else. But he said he would have liked to have been here.
Well, it's been lovely meeting you, Mrs. Dower.
Yes. Thank you.
What is it that led you to Eve being sisters with Vic or Annie? Eve is only sisters with Vic, as far as I'm aware, and it's because in timeline 2, in the entryway, the vase gets broken, and Eddie says, "Please calm your sister down. Vic will sure end up killing someone." So this was very early on, is the assumption I made there. All right. Gosh, we've got a bunch of connections here, and I don't even remember what some of these other ones are now. Do we have anything bookmarked in this one? I'm scrolling down through. Oh, yeah, we know about this. But we tried putting John... Although, Damien did say that if he heard the piano, he would go as well. Let's try... in the living room. Was that timeline 10? Nope, 11. Maybe that was part of the problem. I don't remember putting an 11 on here at any point. Let's put just John and Victoria for starters. Okay, let's try it then with Damien. Assuming that he's going to go where his wife or girlfriend or whatever. There we go.
Vic, is everything all right?
I'm fine, sweetheart. Come here.
Are you sure?
I was just talking to someone in here about... well, it doesn't matter. I just needed to...
Wait, sorry. I was reading chat, and I just heard this out of the corner of my ear. I wanted to double check it. I was just talking to someone in here. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, perfect.
See you.
Would you look at that?
Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs. Vic and I were just...
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't disturb you. I'd just like to have a quick look at this piano.
Did you find the pocket watch, sweetheart?
I found it, but it's hardly important right now. There was someone else. I couldn't tell at first. I thought they were just asleep.
Wait. Someone else has died.
I don't know who it was. A young woman.
Wait.
It wasn't nice to see.
Was she there with us over dinner? I'm trying to work out who it could be.
You may be interested to know that I've discovered another body as well, down in the kitchen. I don't know what to make of it.
Something's not right. This doesn't feel like an accident.
But I don't understand why anyone would do this.
It could be poison. Maybe it wasn't even intentional. Is that possible?
I don't know. I suppose so. I didn't see any signs of injuries or struggle.
Oh gosh, that's really horrible. I don't think it can be that.
I actually just spoke with a boy named Tony, and I found a gun in his bedside drawer. I know there haven't been any gunshots, but still.
Does Eddie know anything about this, do you think?
He has nothing to do with this, sweetheart. It wouldn't make any sense. I don't understand what motive anyone would have. Who even were these people?
Well, Eddie's been acting very suspiciously all evening, if you ask me. And then there's Oswald, of course.
Who is he again?
He used to live here. Before Martha and Eddie. I was never allowed in Oswald's room when I was younger.
So she lived here.
But honestly, I don't know what he's doing back here tonight.
If I had to pick someone mad enough, it would be him. No doubt about it.
Vic, we should leave. I don't want to see how this ends.
I know, darling. We'll hand back the pocket watch and then we'll leave. Mum's house is only a few miles away. We'll get Annie and then we'll go there.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend that. Quail Lane will be practically flooded by now, and everywhere else will be a right bog.
Looks like we're staying the night, then.
Don't worry, sweetheart. We'll stick together and we'll both be fine. Neither of us are involved in this anyway. Nor is Annie, for that matter.
Wait, shh.
I hope.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
The raised voices. Two of the others are having an argument in the billiard room.
It sounds like Helen.
There's someone else there too. It's a male voice. I can't make it out properly.
What did she say? Stay away from my children. Do you think she's...
Oh, dear.
Wait, Vic.
Oh, sweetheart, come on. Everyone else will have heard it too.
There were things in there. First of all, I'm officially taking out the word dour here. I don't know who Victoria is, other than that she's with Damien. She seems to have maybe previously been with Eddie. She's Annie's sister. I think she's Eve's sister. I don't even know. However, we just got Helen and somebody in the next timeline. Holy jeez, there's a lot. And that supposedly gave us a lot of stuff out of that thing. She was just talking to somebody from timeline 10. But we don't actually know. I mean, Thornton's dead at this point. What happens if we just put Thornton outside in, like, Quail Lane? Well, actually, I don't know where they put him. They drug him outside, but, like, it's from the kitchen. Like, it's like we still have to place Thornton, even though he's dead. Okay, let's check one more thing here. We confirmed, correct? Does this have... We're gonna put that for the pocket watch. This is when the pocket watch discussion was being had. She said it was Tony, right? Tony. I saw you talking to Tony secretly over dinner. So Tony and Annie, when do we not know where they are? We know where Annie is there. We know where Annie is there. We know where everybody is there. That's right. We tried to put them in Helen's room. We know where everybody is in timeline 7 as well. Let's go ahead and mark that as completed. Yeah. Maybe we should just try. I tried it with Eddie and Annie, but maybe I should just try Eddie in these rooms. Or I'm sorry, Tony is who I'm talking about this whole time. Let's try putting Tony in Helen's room in timeline 4. Stealing a pocket watch. Everybody's off. Timeline 4, Helen's room. Oswald's voice actor is Alistair Mackenzie. Oh, okay. Now we know what Helen's room looks like.
I knew I recognized the name. Oh, what the hell has Mum got herself into? I can't just leave it here.
I don't know how she saw him in that, but that was... timeline 4. I'm also going to add a pocket watch there. I can't. I'm out of things. Okay. So we don't know where Annie is, but Helen's room is this one. I don't know if that ever helps us. If, like, proximity, like, knowing the actual layout, if that ever helps us. Now strange men. One funny gentleman in here just a moment ago wanted... Yeah, we already did that. That was with Oswald. Let me scroll back through here and see what the other connection is it wants us to find in this one. Bottle of sherry over there from earlier. Wanted to go visit the chapel. Tony said there's a name on the box. Oh. So she ran into Tony, but we don't know where. Because she confronted him about stealing the pocket watch. And we already tried. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we tried in timeline 5. We tried Annie and Tony in Helen's room. So she runs into him somewhere else. I just don't know where somewhere else is. Gosh, we still got 2 connections off of this because we never figured out. One of them for sure we noticed is I gotta go find Oswald. His dinner's getting cold. We just don't know where. But we now... Oh, well, I guess we could try to see... What do I have bookmarked in this one? He came down to the living room just before dinner, but only Helen... Oh, I came down. I've spoken to Tony, and that almost landed me in trouble. Drinking sherry with 2 older women was how I expected. I wondered if this was one of them. So we're in timeline 9 right now. Trying to figure out where, if I don't know where Damien is in any of these. He's grayed out in, like, just about everything. So didn't he say, I might have pinpointed it here. One of those 2. Hang on. Where was that again? Conversation. Oh, right. That's why the pocket watch is there. Because Helen mentions, or somebody mentions that there's an open bottle of sherry from earlier in the evening. Damien is probably with Martha and Helen. I just don't know if that's timeline 1 or timeline 2. Like, they're all available here, but they're also all available in this one. So let's try it in 2. And that would be in the... Is it the living room or the study that has the open bottle of sherry? I feel like it's the living room. Let's try in timeline 2. Damien and Helen and Martha. Oh, we got it.
Oh, would you like a drop of sherry, Helen?
Hello, Martha. That would be wonderful, thank you. You know, it's not often I get the opportunity to enjoy myself like this.
You should come round more often. Otherwise, I end up getting through a whole bottle by myself. No. Is that right?
Good evening.
Ah, Helen. This is Damien. He's the lovely man that's courting Victoria.
It's a pleasure to meet you, madam.
Please, Mrs. Dower.
Isn't he handsome? Would you like some sherry, Damien?
No, thank you, Mrs. Galley.
This is the lovely man that's courting Victoria. Okay. So, yeah, Helen doesn't seem to know Victoria. Or I like, how would Martha be introducing Helen to Damien? So maybe some of what oh, hey, look. Vic and I were just discussing what a lovely house you have. We don't know where they are, but anyway, let's keep going. I'm just trying to throw things out there as I think of them.
Vic and I were just discussing what a lovely house you have.
Oh, Damien, call me Martha, please. Did you manage to get the phone working?
Right, he calls her Mrs. Galley. Okay, get the phone working.
Yes, it was all fine. Vic just needed to make a quick call. We finished a moment ago.
Where are you from, then?
London. But Vic and I met while traveling in Egypt, actually.
Oh, so you travel a lot, do you?
Not so much anymore, but I'd like to plan another trip soon. Only if Vic wants to, of course.
Oh, she's lucky to have you, Damien. I always thought she'd do well for herself, you know. Always a clever girl.
That's too kind.
Well, it's nice to meet a young man who's made something of himself, at least. Too many these days lack discipline.
Amen to that.
Right.
Ah, here come the others.
Okay. So we can now place Damien and Vic if we can figure out which room. So he walked in at the beginning. I don't necessarily see a phone there. They can't have been in the study, right? Because that's where the dead body is. There's a phonograph in there. Phone. Dining room? Let's try that. Let's do dining room. Timeline 1. Damien and Victoria. Oh.
Did you
Who's
call your
playing
mum?
the piano
I
then?
let her know we were here.
And you told her about Annie?
Of course I did.
Wait.
I can't lie to her, but I made her promise not to call back here.
Did you call your mom? So, yeah, neither Helen nor Martha is her... Oh, I'm confused. Okay, you just keep going.
Because I don't want Annie to feel like I've betrayed her.
How much money is it?
I haven't asked, but she wouldn't have come to me unless she was desperate. Please go easy on her, won't you, sweetheart?
How long's she going to be staying with us, Vic?
It won't be for long, I promise. I'll talk to her.
You know I love you.
Of course I do, sweetheart. I love you too.
You make it hard for us sometimes. I wanted to just be you and me.
Well, I want that too. I know the people here aren't the nicest, but we'll be gone by tomorrow. And Annie won't be with us long. It will just be the two of us. And then, perhaps, we could think about raising a family together. Is that something you'd want?
This isn't the time or place to be discussing it, Vic.
Except she's pregnant,
Right.
according to her photo.
Of course. Sorry.
You talk about raising a family, but then you wear that thing here. I know what it is.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry. I promise you it's nothing. I'll catch up with you later, but I'd better go and see who that is. All right?
Don't leave me alone with these people for too long. I love you, Vic.
Love you too.
No kissing. This is a PG game. Except there's a bunch of people getting murdered. Oh, goodness, guys. That's a lot of stuff we have going on. Let's go back to the timeline here. We still have a number of people we haven't placed in timeline 1, including Oswald, Tony. Well, let's go ahead and just mark Tony as a dour at this point. Let's remove the parentheses. Whoops. The only person we don't know where he is in timeline 2 is Oswald. 3 is complete. 4, we're missing Annie and Victoria. Timeline 5, we're missing Annie and Tony and Victoria. But this is, we know, this is the timeline where these two are together. Annie and Tony, because she confronts him about the pocket watch. It's how she knows that there is a name on the box. Oh, and we also don't know where Eddie is. Gosh, there's a couple people there. We don't know where they are. Oh, good grief, guys. I feel like we've got a lot to still go on here. I thought we got everything out of this conversation. I did see this one strange man walking about. He used to live here a long time ago. This is Annie. I would have assumed this was in timeline 2 when he came up to the attic. Oh, but she thinks she'll go and ask him. This is in timeline 9. We just don't know where they went. We would have to find out where Oswald is. So, do I have that actually bookmarked? Yeah, I do. Let's get rid of... No, we need to keep that one bookmarked as well because she spoke to Tony. We just don't know when. Damien seems sus to me. Does he? I mean, there's a lot of sus things going on right now. All right, let's try to do like one more here and we'll kind of see. Victoria was just talking to someone. But she doesn't really, she's cryptic about it. It can't be Thornton because he's dead. She knows who Eve is. She knows who Helen is. She says someone. I wonder if it's Oswald. Yeah, this is, let's put timeline 10. Timeline 10. Where were they at the time? They were in the living room. Timeline 10, living room. Victoria, let's put Oswald in there with her. Seems like he's sick of the people there. I mean, just a bunch of nonsense. I might be sick of the people there. All right, she says that she talked to, let's look at it again. I was just talking to someone in here about, well, it doesn't matter. I just needed to see you. That's vague. Who's available in that timeline? Timeline 10. Annie, Oswald, Martha, Eddie, obviously Victoria. It's not Damien, because that's who she's talking to. It's not Thornton, because he's dead. Let's have her talk to... Let's try Annie. Okay. Martha, Eddie, or Helen. Or Eve. Martha, Eddie, Helen, or Eve. Okay, not Martha. How about Eddie? She does know Eddie. All right, it's not Damien. Let's go with Helen. This is just me taking stabs at things just to try to get some of the things cleared. Oh, there we go.
Are you quite all right, darling? You look unwell.
You're Helen, aren't you? Martha said she'd be, Excuse me.
Sit down, darling. There's no point ignoring it.
Because she's pregnant.
Thank you. I'm fine, really. I'm sorry to hear about your pocket watch.
It will turn up. How are you feeling?
It's nothing. I must have eaten something.
It's fine, darling. I've been through it before too, you know.
This is my first time.
I remember getting very nervous the first time, and yet the second time was so much worse.
Oh? I think I've only met one of yours.
Of course, you'll have seen Tony around. No, my first time, it didn't lead to anything. Well, it was a blessing that it worked out with Tony, at least. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
No, it's all right. It's good to talk to someone about it.
Darling, does he know?
I'm going to tell him soon. Once we're back home, I'll tell him.
Hold on to him, won't you? I found out I was expecting again just after the war broke out. I had to tell my husband about it during the brief time he had off from the front. It didn't feel real, like we were pretending. I always believed that things would continue after the war. We acted like they would. But he didn't come back.
Oh my.
Tony's never known his father.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how you did it. If I didn't have Damien...
No, it's not worth thinking about. I shouldn't have put that in your head.
No, thank you, really. It was nice talking to you. Thanks for the advice.
I'm sorry, darling. I don't think I caught your name.
Victoria. Victoria Maseko.
Well, darling, I hope everything goes well for you. I'll see you in a little while.
So does that mean they're secretly married? Because, like... She... Good talk. Everybody thinks that, like, she was introduced to... Martha introduced Victoria to Helen, or I'm sorry, Damien to Helen, as the person that was courting Victoria, not as the husband of. And also, Helen, when she was talking, I'm certain it was Helen. Hang on, let's go back to the timeline. Where does she run into Oswald? We don't know where Oswald is in that one. Oswald. Nope, not in that one. There's a place where Oswald talks to somebody. Oswald, I just need to find you. Here. Who's this? Helen. He asks her where her husband is, and she just said he's... I don't think I updated his name, by the way. Whether you're married, is Mr. Dower here? He's away. He's doing something else. So unless she got remarried? I don't know. Okay, Oswald, where's your name? Oswald Brian Arthur Galley. Oswald. Oswald... Whoops. I fat-fingered something there. Oswald Brian Arthur Galley. All right. Before we end here... can we put any more pictures with any of these people? Found walking in nearby village, deep cut on left hand, holding a bottle of absinthe. I don't know what absinthe is. Death by gunshot. Found near a handwritten list of first names. Doesn't sound right. Wheelchair user found near a broken teacup. Photo nearby shows two young girls. Red wine stain on dress wearing a wedding ring. Long-term injury on left leg, in possession of an empty film canister and the key to a piano. Now, it is interesting to me that John Hobbs was checking the piano. Absinthe is a green alcohol that was really popular in the early 20th century. It's mostly banned in the U.S. today, but there are some legal synthetic versions. Hey, Phoenix, absinthe is a kind of beverage, alcoholic as far as I know. Matapod, a healing item in a game I just beat yesterday. Oh, what game was that? Unrelated pants, due to the natural stuff being made from wormwood, which is toxic. Oh, there's a lot of people that seem to know about this stuff. Traces of ash on clothing, strong smell of perfume, evidence of a missing ring. Found in bed, red marks around neck, in possession of a will, which mentions only child was a daughter. So this can't be Helen. Oh, goodness. Okay, and you had been shot 3 times, found with a bloody knife and a pair of leather gloves. And you are still... I'm still convinced this is Eddie. Because I'm assuming he at some point finds Eve's ring? Oh, Matapod. The game you were playing was Shadows of the Damned, some goofy third-person shooter. Suda 51. Okay, I don't think I can place... I cannot confidently place any more photos. Yeah, I can't confidently... There's some of them I could make guesses with. I can't do it with any form of confidence. So I'm going to leave them off for now. We've got a lot of locations figured out. There's only one left unless at some point, like, you just hit add and it, like, adds a new row. But I'm going to guess that we're just going to end up filling in this location, and that's going to be that. Which, speaking of, we have Eddie's room. We have Tony's room. We have Helen's room. We've got Victoria's room. We've got Martha's room. Who are the other people that actually, like, live in this location? If Helen lives there, does Eve live there? Let's try adding arbitrarily. I don't feel like she does, but no. Okay. Well, let's not speculate, I guess, at this point. I think that, like, we've made good progress today, but I am going to have to get going here because I need to get ready for work. I still need to wait for my mattress, but I need to get ready for work so that once it gets here, I can leave. But guys, I think we're making good progress. Obviously, those of you that are jumping in here, goodness, I know Anne was super excited about this game. Unrelated Pants is jumping in here because of this game. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm like stoked about this game. I'm actually so stoked about it that Firefly, when you watch this later, because we were having this conversation in Discord, we're going to be playing the root trees are dead because of the fact that this is supposedly, I did look a little bit of this up, by the way. The company that developed it worked with, in some way, shape, or form, in something with the root trees are dead, and this game already existed, but it was more like all text-based, and because of the success of Root Trees Are Dead and the artwork that was already, like, all of the stuff that in the interface that was already done for this game, they had the same company put this game in a similar type of thing. So this is like, this whole thing is actually, I think it sounded like it actually preceded the Root Trees Are Dead, but it was kind of moved into this format where it was like clickable, viewable, all of those kinds of things because of the success of Root Trees Are Dead. So we're going to be playing that one. It's supposed to be a little bit different. It's supposed to be more like web-based, where you've got to Google things rather than we're using a device to kind of like zoom in on the echoes of the past. But if this game is this good, I feel, and Firefly's told me that the Root Trees is one of her favorite games, so we're going to be looking at that one at some point, but we got to get through this one first. Good Lord. We got like 26 timelines we've got to go through, which I think at some point we actually got some form of a Hobbs on front steps at 26. Like, we know that, like, John Hobbs is going to be dead. I was like at the entrance way. Oh, goodness. Google integration? Nice. Unrelated Pants, I enjoyed Root Trees. It was a good time. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a fun thing. But, all right, guys, that's going to be it for this one. We'll be jumping back in hopefully soon, trying to fill out the rest of our timelines and figure out where our people are. But I need to head off to work. So thanks, guys, for joining me, and I will catch you guys in the next one.